Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read it. Now like a flashing eagle swooping down on bird flocks, winged thousands feeding, swarming on river's banks. Geese, cranes, or swans with their long lancing necks. So swooping Hector went headfast at a warship, charged its purple prow, and Zeus behind him thrust him on with his mighty, deathless hand, urging the soldiers on who crowded Hector's back. And again a desperate battle broke at the ships. You'd think they waded into the fighting, fresh troops. Unbruised, unbroken, they fought with such new fire, and what were the fighters thinking? Only this: the Argives certain they'd never flee the worst. They'd perish then and there, but the hopes soared in every Trojan's heart to torch the ships and slaughter Argives' heroes. So ran their thoughts, closing for the kill. At last Hector grappled a ship's stern, a beauty built for speed. It swept the seas with Potesilos, bore him to Troy, but never bore him back to his fatherland again. Now churning around their ships, Achaeans and Trojans hacked each other at close range. No more war at a distance, waiting to take the long flights of spears and arrows. They stood there man to man and matched their fury, killing each other now with hatchets, battle axes, big sword, two-edged spears, and many a blade, magnificent, heavy, hilted, and thorned in black, lay stone on the ground. Some dropped from hands. Some fell as fighters' shoulder straps were cut, and the earth ran black with blood. And Hector held fast. He never let go of the high stern. He hugged his horn, arms locked in the death grip, crying out to Trojans, "Bring fire, up with the wall!" Cries all together. Now Zeus hands us a day worth all the rest. Today we seize these ships. They stormed ashore against the will of the gods. They came here frightened with years of pain for us, and all thanks to our city elders. What cowards! Whenever I longed to fight at the ship's high sterns, the old man kept me back. They held the troops in check. Oh, but if Zeus' lightning blinded us those days, it's Zeus who drives us, hurls us on today. The harder he cried, the harder his forces charges against Argives. Not even Ajax held his post, no longer now. Forced by the shafts, he backed away by inches. Certain he'd die there. Down he leaped from the decks, down to balustrades and 7-foot bridge amidships. There he stood, tensing, bracing to take them on. His huge pike kept beating the Trojans off the horse, any attacker flinging tireless fire, and all the time that terrible voice of his, bellowing out to cohorts, friends, fighting Danaans, aids in arms of Ares, fight like men, my comrades. Call up your battle fury. You think we have reserves in the road to back us up? Some stronger wall to shield our men from disaster? No, there's no great citadel standing near with towers where we could defend ourselves and troops could turn the tide. Now we are here on the plain of Troy, all Troy's in arms, dug in, backs to the sea, land of our fathers' faraway fight. The light of safety lies in our fighting hands, not spines gone soft in battle. And with each cry he thrust his slashing pike with a fresh new fury, and any Trojan crashing against the beaked ships, torch ablaze in hand, straining to please Hector, who urged him on. Ajax, ready and waiting there, would stab each man with his long, rugged pike. 12 he impaled point blank, struggling up the hawks. Book 16. Patroclus fights and dies. So they fought to the death around that bench the big ship, as Patroclus reached Achilles, his great commander, and wept warm tears like a dark spring running down some desolate rock face, its shaded current flowing, and the brilliant runner Achilles saw him coming, filled with pity, and spoke out ringing words. Why in tears, Patroclus? Like a girl, a baby running after her mother, begging to be picked up, and she tugs her skirts, holding her back as she tries to hurry off, all tears, flung up at her, till she takes her in her arms. That's how you look, Patroclus, streaming like tears. But why? Some news for the Myrmidons, news for me? Some message from Phthia that you alone have heard? They tell me Meniotius, Actor's son, is still alive, and Peleus, Aeacus' son, lives on among his Myrmidons. If both our fathers had died, we'd have some cause for grief. Or, weeping over the Argives, are you, seeing them die against the hollow ships, repaid for their offenses? Out with it now, don't harbor it deep inside you, we must share it all. With the wrenching groans, you answered your friend, Patroclus, O my rider. Achilles, son of Peleus, greatest of the Achaeans, spare me your anger, please. Such heavy blows have overwhelmed the troops. Our former champions, all laid up in the ships, all are hit by arrows or run through by spears. There is powerful Diomedes, brought down by an archer, Odysseus wounded, and Agamemnon too, the famous spearman, and Eurypylus took an arrow shot in the thigh. Healers are working over them, using all their drugs, trying to bind the wounds. But you are intractable, Achilles. Pray God, such anger never seizes me, such rage you nurse. Cursed is in your own courage. What good will a man, even one in the next generation, get from you unless you defend Argives from disaster? Your heart of iron, he was not your father, the horseman Peleus. Thetis was not your mother, never. The salt grey, sunless ocean gave you birth, and the towering blank rocks, your tempers so relentless. But still, if down deep from prophecy makes you balk, some doom your noble mother revealed to you from Zeus. Well and good, at least send me into battle quickly. Let the whole Myrmidon army follow my command. I might bring some light of victory to our Argives. And give me your own fine armor to buckle on my back, so the Trojan might take me for you, Achilles. Yes, hold off from attack, and Achilles' fighting sons get second wind, exhausted as they are. I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.